Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that you need to know before you purchase your lake place. We're up near Steuben County, so I'm based out of Fort Wayne. Steuben County is just about 45 minutes away, home of 101 lakes. Now, a big thing, and this is going to be when you first start looking, is what kind of lake are you looking to get on? Is it a ski lake, which is going to allow you to go as fast as you want, tube, wakeboard, surf, ski at any hour of the day? There are no restrictions whatsoever. Do you want a non-ski lake, which is going to be more of like a fishing lake? You're not allowed to do sports. A lot of times they're referred to as a no-wake lake, so very slow lake. Or do you want an hours lake? Now with the hours lakes, how this normally works, from 1 to 4 p.m., they may allow sports, which is tubing, wakeboarding, surfing, skiing, those sort of things. And then other than that, it is a non-ski lake, so you can't do sports on it. Number 2, get a survey. Lake lots and lines and water rights are super weird, especially, we're seeing this issue in Steuben County a lot. In these other lake areas is there was these old handshake agreements. The families owned it for 40 years. They've been neighbors. They've come to an agreement on everything. Well, now these lake places are starting to turn over, and we're having a lot of issues of things that aren't on paper that people say, hey, this is how it is. This is how it's always been. But that's not the case on paper. There's a couple lawsuits. I just get some info on a property. It was involved with a lawsuit about some piers and how things should be. So make sure that you get a survey, especially if you're lakefront, just to make sure, hey, these are exactly where my lot lines are. This is exactly where my pier is allowed to go. And then when you get your deed, if it's deeded access, make sure you ask your agent, hey, is that on the deed that I do have access to this lake? And my number one tip is going to be make sure you read all your association bylaws. So I know up in like Cold Springs, which is some leased ground up on Hamilton Lake there, they don't allow short-term rentals. They don't allow for friends to park their boat at your pier spot all year round. It has to be a boat registered in your name. If you're going through association access, make sure that you have kind of a paper trail and stuff on paper that says, hey, I'm allowed to use this exact spot for my boat and my boat alone. Or if it's a shared dock, I get the right side, you get the left side. Make sure all this stuff is on paper. That way you're not shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars on a lake place, and you're not even going to be able to access the water. So make sure your agent gets you all of that documentation on where you're allowed to access the association at, and then where your pier is, how much the association dues are Airbnbs and short-term rentals allowed, is subleasing allowed. There's a lot that goes into these, and a lot that people make their decision on which lake to buy on and what property to buy on just by those small things. So make sure that your agent is checking into those for you. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.